Hi, and thanks for joining me. I'm Peter Lamont. I'm the host of UTLRadio.com and a New Jersey business attorney. And today I want to talk about a phone call that I received from a gentleman who was interested in learning more about moving a case from state court to federal court. Now, unfortunately, after hearing this gentleman's situation, I had to inform him that, in my opinion, I didn't think he would be able to remove his case, and he was quite saddened by that. And I said to him, why are you upset about not being able to move it to federal court? Why are you frustrated with that inability to take your state court case and move it over to federal court? And he sort of expressed what a lot of us in general believe, which is that federal court is more important than state court. And if you've ever been sitting around with friends and you're all upset about something and maybe you're ranting and raving and your friend will turn to you and say, why are you making a federal case out of this? It's just that general belief that we have that if your case is really important, it goes to federal court. That's not true. And we're going to talk about that in another video, and the decision about moving a case strategy-wise and how that impacts your case. But we'll talk about that in another video. Today I just want to focus on the clarification of when you can take a case to federal court. And this includes when you can remove a case from state court to federal court. There are basically two situations. The first one involves when your legal matter involves a question of federal law. In other words, it's a constitutional civil rights claim that you're bringing, or it's a copyright infringement or trademark infringement claim where you're going to be triggering provisions of federal law, federal copyright law, federal trademark law. In the civil rights claim, federal civil rights claims. If it's a Title IX case or any of the cases where you're triggering a federal law, your complaint actually says, I allege you violated this part of the Constitution or the 14th Amendment, due process, whatever it might be. If you're alleging a violation of constitutional federal law, then you can bring your case into federal court because that is what they call a federal question. So they have jurisdiction over your matter based upon the fact that you are dealing with a federal question, a question of federal law. The other time that you can do it is when you meet two qualifications. A, you are going to sue somebody with whom you have total diversity of citizenship. What does that mean? Well, basically it means that you live in one state and they live in another. Or a corporation is from one state and you're in another. Okay, that's diversity of citizenship. You're not living in the same state. And the rules are slightly different when you get into corporations. What if they have a principal place of business in your state? And we're not going to address that in this video. That will be the subject of a separate one. This is just a general sort of refresher course about when you can take a case to federal court. The other element that you've got to tick off in your checkbox is that it's got to meet the jurisdictional monetary limits. And that's $75,000. So the amount in controversy, that's the legal term of art. Basically what it means is what you're suing for. What you can reasonably expect to recover is $75,000 or more. So if you don't have a case that involves a federal question, a question of federal law, then you've got to go back and say, all right, well, do I meet the two-prong test of diversity of citizenship and the amount in controversy? So if you don't meet either one of those qualifications and you're not triggering a federal law, then you can't bring your case in federal court. And just one word about this amount in controversy idea. If your case clearly is not worth $75,000, you can't just say it for the hopes of getting into federal court because you'll be thrown out. So for example, let's say you have a contract with Tom who's in North Carolina and you're in New York. You have diversity of citizenship, but the contract was for $30,000. You can't say that your damages are $75,000 or above just because you want to be in federal court. There's got to be some basis for your belief that you're entitled to $75,000 worth of damage. So hopefully that clears it up. There's two primary times that you can bring it in federal court, bring an action in federal court, and that again is question of federal law or diversity of citizenship and a mountain controversy. If you have any questions about this or you want to explore a particular situation and see whether or not you'd qualify for federal court, I'd be happy to answer any questions, give you my opinion. You can reach me at info@utlradio.com. You can also send me a message in the comments section of this video, or you can go to utlradio.com, which is kind of our main website, and you can ask questions on Twitter. You can actually ask a question directly through the website by just recording your voice. So there's lots of ways of getting your comments and questions to us. This is really meant to kind of shed some light on a lot of the very confusing legal procedures that we have in this country, and hopefully you find it helpful. So I want to thank you for watching and thank you for being part of the utlradio.com family. And I appreciate your feedback and comments. And don't forget to share this information and let your friends, family, and colleagues know about utlradio.com, your business success and legal information station. I'll see you next time.